Hello, hello. It is 6 p.m., maybe, where you are here at MVY Radio Facebook page, but it is 12 midnight here where I am in Belgium. I'm so glad that I can be here with you all. I'm Laura Cortese. I'm going to try to follow along in the comments. So I'm gonna look at this page and see if I can find that over here. So maybe we can have a little chat, because that is my favorite part about going live, is actually getting to interact. But maybe I'll start by playing a little bit of music for you. Donald Cohen, you're right. That is in fact my couch. You were looking at my couch. I was not asleep. I was off screen, creating a little drama here. For some reason, I cannot figure out how to, in fact, watch this. Oh, I have figured it out. I can now see the comments easily. I'm going to start by playing an oldie but a goodie. This is called California Calling, from my album that came out in 2017 with Laura Cortese and the Dance Cards by the same name. California's calling to me. She's calling to us all. California sleeps so pretty, her knees tucked in behind the bed. California gets so lonely, sleeping out there on the edge. She wakes to watch the orange sunrise, lying there in the bandit's bed. Place your bet, what did you get? Tell me, I'm all in. Sit down, down, will you have one, or is your love running thin? Holds us together, the cowboy king and his golden queen. Place your bet, what did you get? Tell me, are you all in? And sit down, will you have one, or is your luck running thin? Place your bet, what did you get, baby? Are you all in? And sit down. right, so that was California Calling that I wrote and play with my band, Laura Cortese and the Dance Cards. Hi, Nick Cortese. It's always fun to see another Cortese out there. And hi, Kenneth. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And I'd really love to thank MVY for playing my record, Bitter Better, which comes out this Friday in really just a very few number of days now, which is I think why I'm here playing for you, because I have a brand new album with my band Laura Cortese and the Dance Cards, which for those of you that don't know my music, I have lived in the Boston area for the last 18 years and recently moved to Ghent, Belgium, which is where I'm coming to you live from. And we recorded our album Bitter Better here in Belgium. I brought all of the people that play with the Dance Cards: cellist Valerie Thompson, bassist Zoe Gigano, bassist Jenny Magana, fiddle player Jenna Moynihan, fiddle player Sumaya Jackson, producer Sam Kassir, and engineer D. James Goodwin here to Belgium so we could spend 10 days making an album together. And I'm going to play you a bunch of songs off of that album. I think that there might be someone who can helpfully drop the pre-order link in the comments for this new album, Bitter Better. We are doing a very special, exclusive, not broadcast, not like this, where you can just tune in when you want, exclusive Zoom party for anyone that pre-orders the album. Yeah, basically you have couple days left to do so, and then you'll get an email about this Zoom party, and you can hang out with all of us that made the album together. We'll play some music. We're gonna have a trivia game show with prizes and debut a video, lots of fun things. So maybe I'll play you one of these songs off the new album. I'm thinking about a song called Daylight, because I just told you about how I used to live in Boston and I moved to Ghent, Belgium. This is the last song I wrote before I moved away from New England. It's called Daylight, and it's one of the songs that's not been released yet, so you can first hear it in its real recorded form on Friday. Brick lines in dead grass, snow fell down and froze 'em like that. A goose flying over fields, we're running past. Salt stains on sidewalks, sun tells a different story than the clock. Buried in a bed, keeps on napping. What we started. Book 49 for daffodils, filling up the room with their yellow smell. Take your time when you get weary, filling up on coffee and nicotine. Read books, turn off the TV. Pretty soon taking chances. Ooh, daylight is longer than dark. Keep marching, the steady rhythm of our charge. Daylight is longer than dark. We persist until we finish what we started. Break lines in dead grass. Well, that was Daylight, which is coming out this Friday on our album Bitter Better. And I would love it if anyone who is tuning in now wanted to share this live video and on your pages and see if any of your friends want to tune in. Put a little comment about, you know, what you're thinking about the show so far, and see if we can get some more people tuning in. And oh yeah, Donald Cohen points out that some people who pre-ordered the album have already got the copies. They're already listening. My mom got her copy yesterday, and so I woke up this morning to a little text message from my mom asking me all sorts of questions about the album and the artwork and where each of the songs came from. So we had a nice FaceTime call just before she went to sleep, just as I was waking up, and she got to ask me all the mom questions about the album. If you have any questions about any of these songs, or anything else for that matter, I'll try to answer it. Even if I don't know the answer, I'll tell you that I don't know the answer. So that was Daylight, one of the songs from the new album. I'll play you another one from the new album. This one is called From the Ashes. So as I mentioned at the beginning, I recently moved to Ghent, Belgium, and I used to live in Boston. Before that, I was born in San Francisco, California. Grew up in California. I have a lot of friends there. And a few years ago, 2017, there was a big fire called the Tubbs Fire. And quite a few of my friends lost their homes in that fire. And it made a big impression on me to watch them rebuild their lives. And this song came out of thinking about that kind of resilience that it takes to rebuild your life. And it's a very autobiographical song. This was kind of a fun one to go through talking with my mom, because she would know a lot of the references that to someone else might just be an image that I'm painting, but they're real specific experiences from my life and about my family. So how does this one go? Good to know, right? Before you start the song. I come from fruit trees, bowed down in autumn heat, dry golden hills, laurel floating on the breeze. From rumbling earth and seismographs, suspension bridges that bow and sway. I come from the ashes of what was begun, what will begin again. I come from Paul
A ruined hotel, old colors on concrete, laid out in pieces, craftsmen becoming obsolete. I come from running backyard cartwheels, one board down to ranch, a playhouse in a tiny tree. I come from the ashes of what was begun, what will begin again. I come from the ashes of what was begun, what will begin again.
And on the album, right here, Jenna Monahan, she takes a killer solo. It's one of my favorite solos on the album.
Where I come from, they talk with their hands in a language I can't speak, I can almost understand. I come from parents who almost never spoke to one another after I was 3 years old. I come from the ashes of what was begun, what will begin. I come from the ashes of what was begun, what will begin. I come from the ashes of what was begun, what will begin. I come from the ashes of what was begun, what will begin. I come from the ashes of what was begun, what will begin again.
Well, that is from the Ashes. As I mentioned, it's very autobiographical. So someday, maybe you'll see me. Maybe on this, if you join the Zoom call this Saturday, I can answer all your questions if you've ordered the album and you've had a chance to listen about what some of those references are about. But I'm just so glad you guys are all here. There's like a little conversation going on in the chat. I'm curious. Maybe I'll read it later, or if you want to ask me a question, feel free to drop one in there. Happy to chat back and forth here. A lot of these songs on the new album were co-written with me and other band members. The two that I've played you so far, Daylight and From the Ashes, are ones that I wrote all by myself. But we arranged the music together, and the album really came to life with all the other musicians. It was so fun to have them all here in Belgium. The album itself has a lot of other textures than just me and my little strummed fiddle. There's quite a bit of synth and drums. It's very dancey. This is sort of the intimate, I guess it's called a porch concert. So we're in my living room, but it's, you know, an intimate porch concert, sort of an acoustic version of everything. I thought I'd go back and play maybe an oldie but a goodie from the album California Calling, which is called Skipping Stone. Skipping Stone, oh, bluegrass electronica, says Donald Cohen. I like that. I like that. This one is called Skipping Stone. It's also takes place in California. I'm doing a little Californian rock block. Skipping Stone takes place in Lassen Volcanic National Park on a hike called Sifford Lakes Hike. And Lassen is where the Otsugawi would have lived. And my mom was telling me a story about an Otsugawi woman that she remembers meeting in Lassen Park when she was growing up. And recently she was near Lassen Park and stumbled upon, it's a very northern California, Redding area, but into the mountains there, the Cascade Range. And she stumbled on a graveyard, and as she was walking through the graveyard, she saw the grave of this Atsugebi woman that she remembers meeting when she was a young woman and hearing stories about the way she grew up. And I think my mother also found a radio interview with the woman. I wish I could remember her name right now. But Skipping Stone, Sifford Lakes, one of my mom's favorite hikes.
Down by Sifford Lakes, I found a heart-shaped stone, held it in my hands, and I made a wish. If I could skip it 5 times, I'd never done that. If I could do it this time, maybe you'd come back. If I held you a little closer, kissed you a little softer, I've been wishing on that skipping stone. So I held it in my hands, like I held you in my mind. Just a few more minutes and then I let it fly. You know it skipped 5 times. I'd never done that. I did it this time, but you didn't come back. If I held you a little closer, kissed you a little softer, would I be wishing on that skipping stone? Down by Sifford Lakes, I found a heart-shaped stone. If I held you a little closer, kissed you a little softer, I'd still be wishing on that skipping stone. If I held you a little closer, kissed you a little softer, I'd still be wishing on that skipping stone.
Well, that was Skipping Stone from our album California Calling that came out in 2017. I'm wondering if all of you people here are regular listeners of MVY Radio, or if you tend to tune in more often to their Facebook feed, or are you participating in both? Let me know if you're a regular MVY listener. I find that fascinating. I would love to know where you're tuning in from, and yeah, how you found out about this particular broadcast. I'm going to play another one of maybe the new songs. So I have a brand new album coming out with my band, Laura Cortese and the Dance Cards, July 17th, which is just a couple days away. It's coming out on Compass Records. And yeah, if you pre-order it, there's a link in the comments. You can come to an exclusive Zoom party with me and the rest of the band. And there's lots of silliness planned. Okay, we've got a daytime MVY listener, Kenneth. It is quite, it's, what is it, 6:26 p.m. where you are, maybe, if you're in the time zone of MVY. It's midnight plus 26 here. So this one is called Corduroy Jacket. And I did a interview for the Patriot Ledger this last week, which I believe came out today. And the interviewer, Ed, said, gosh, I sometimes I feel like I can relate to the character you're singing about in this song, which I like to think of as sort of a lovable hipster who tries a little bit too hard to be cool, but they don't need to try. They're doing just fine the way they are. And a lot of people ask me who this song's about, but to be honest, it's about a lot of people. But I had one person in mind when I started the song, and I'm not going to tell you who that was. There's just no way. Maybe if you tune into the Zoom party, that'll be a small enough intimate group where I can divulge the identity. But I wouldn't want anyone to be offended. Is that Dina or Denna? But you're a regular MVY listener. Good to know. All right, so this is called Corduroy Jacket.
Why do you let it define your fashion? Is irony a big skies? If you don't like what you see, you don't have to spend so much time looking in the mirror. Why do I catch you standing in the corner at parties trying to hide? Why do you think nobody will see you if you avoid their eyes? You feel lonely in a crowd. You may be lost, but nobody's found. And the world is free to move without you, without me. Acting like you just don't care. When I need you, you're there. I get crazy when you're so unsure. You didn't fight. I don't need a rock on tour. You don't need to play the games you play. Don't have to hide. Don't change a thing. Don't have to hide. Don't change a thing. Don't have to hide. And the world is free to move without you, without me. Acting like you just don't care. When I need you, you're there in your corduroy.
That was Corduroy Jacket. Another one from our album Bitter Better, which is coming out on Friday. So we've got a couple of MVY listeners. I guess maybe you're all tuning in from somewhere in New England. Is there anyone who is farther afield tuning in? And if you're just tuning in now and you want to share this live broadcast, I would be very grateful so that a few more people will know that we're here hanging out, making music together. In my living room, here's my couch. Here's some cushion covers that I made. In fact, I bought the fabric for these 2 cushion covers on the day we started recording Bitter Better in the town of Mechelen, Belgium. I'm tuning in here from Ghent, Belgium. If anyone has questions about Ghent or about whether you should travel here once we're all allowed to travel again, I highly recommend it. It's a great tourist destination. It's a living city with a lot of art and culture, a great nightlife, university town here in Ghent. I am going to play you guys a fiddle tune because I have a fiddle here. I have a bow here. So I thought I would give you that special treat. There are no fiddle tunes on Bitter Better or California Calling, but special for this MVY broadcast. So this is a tune I wrote quite a while ago, and it's about ice skating to a moon road. Now, a moon road is an English translation of a Swedish word, and it's what they use in Sweden, a mångata, how they describe the reflection of the moon on very still water. So if you can just imagine it, it's a clear night, there's a full moon, and the water has frozen. And you can see and you can skate, and the moon is low. So we're going to imagine that, and I will play you this tune called Mångat Skrinna, which means moon road skating. And when I finish this, I will answer the questions that I see popping up. called Mon Gat Skrinna, or Moon Road Skating, a fiddle tune that I wrote a few years back. And I will now answer Kenneth's question, why did I leave New England? Well, that is a very complicated question, Kenneth. I don't know why you have to ask such difficult questions. No. I first got the idea that I might be ready to leave the Boston area. I was doing a lot of touring in and around Europe, and I really loved the pace of my life there. I loved that I didn't use my car. I loved going, grocery shopping at little corner grocery vegetable markets, and going to the butcher and going to the baker and those kinds of things. But ultimately, the reason I really finally got up and moved is because I met a Belgian who I fell in love with, and decided that even though I had barely ever spent time in Belgium except for with him, that what a better place. It's a center of Northern Europe, or it's between Northern and Southern Europe, and it's a good jumping off place, and that I would see how it felt to live here. And that was about 2 years ago now, and I really love living here in Ghent, Belgium. And the next question that usually follows is, am I going to stay? And I am planning on staying here forever, I suppose, except for I love coming back to New England. I love coming back to the US on tour. I love to visit my family in California. I love to visit friends all over the world. So this particular moment is a little bit difficult for me. I have been a traveler who rarely stayed in one place very long. Going on the road for a month at a time and coming home for 2 weeks, it was pretty normal, or coming home for even less time. And this is pretty much the longest I've ever stayed in one place. And it seems that I'll be here for quite a bit longer. As we all will be where we are. And I just want to one more time thank MVY for having me on their Porch series, Porch concert series, I think that's what it's called. And it's been nice. If you have any more questions, this is a great time to throw one in the comments. Will, good to see you here. And I'm going to play one more song. I'm going to do another one from the new album, Bitter Better, which comes out on Friday. Exactly. I've said it so many times during this broadcast, but if you want to pre-order it, the link is in the comments here, and there will be an exclusive Zoom party, not broadcast, but we can all be there together on Saturday for anyone that pre-orders the album. The album's coming out on Compass Records, and this song that I'm going to play you is called Where the Fox Hides, and normally I play Where the Fox Hides on a little pink synth bass. It's one of the songs that the producer Sam Cassiro really built a synth track around, and we put strings over it, but I thought it would be fun to try rocking out on the strummed fiddle here for this intimate Porch concert, Porch MVY Porch concert. So I'll give it a go. And thanks again for tuning in here.
Where the fox hides, I wanna know. Where the fox hides, I wanna go. Why does he have it then anyway? All I wanna do is play a little. Wanna run my fingers through his rusty coat. Follow paw prints hunting in the snow. Spend the winter curled up, not alone. Crawl into tree roots, make it my home. Where the fox hides, I wanna know. Ooh, where the fox hides, I wanna enough behind you. I can catch a glimpse of where to find you. Someday you'll invite me if I'm patient. We'll be so content just listening to the quiet. Where the fox hide unknown. Where the fox hides, I wanna go. Why does he have been anyway? All I wanna do is play a little. Let's play a little. Let's play a little.
All right, that was Where the Fox Hides. Bitter Better, new album by Laura Cortese and the Dance Cards. I'm Laura Cortese. The Dance Cards will join me on a Zoom call this weekend for anyone that has pre-ordered the album, which is coming out this Friday on Compass Records. Thank you so much to everyone at MVY for having me, and thanks to all of you for tuning in. I hope to see you on another live broadcast, or perhaps a live show. Someday we will all see each other again at a live show. Thank you all for being here in my little living room here in Ghent, Belgium. Bye.